Moikka kaikille and welcome to my video. It's Willow here and today we're talking about traveling and the first year when you're living in a new country. Today I'm gonna try to keep this video a little bit shorter. Last one being the first one in the series kind of went too long. But I figured that if you are interested in that topic, all the information was like laid out and it was there for you to get. But this time I'm trying to keep it a little bit like shorter and simple. So let's start. So I'm going to be talking about three things that most likely you're going to go through on the first year of living in a new country. So I'm basing off this this part on my personal experience, so most likely some of these things might vary from person to person and from country to country. Just to give some feedback, I've lived when I've been an adult in Australia and in Slovenia and now in Denmark. And in Australia I was for a year, in Slovenia I was for 3 months, and now in Denmark I have been for 11 months. So that's how I'm like, what I'm using as a reference in this video. The first thing is that obviously when you move into a new country you're gonna go through a honeymoon period. For me personally, this is around this lasts till around like 3 to 4 months of living in the country. The first month you're gonna be really excited, everything is new, you learn places, you meet new people. If you're going to a school there, it's all about connecting and all those group activities, and it's just like finding the new country. Just like in a relationship, also living in a new country, there's a honeymoon period, and it's exciting, it's amazing. This is the time when you should like really go with the energy that you have, enjoy it, embrace all the new things and all the new people that you're gonna meet, and just give yourself a chance to experience. Try new things that you haven't tried before, make connections, meet new people that you haven't hanged out before. This is the time to embrace the country. So bottom line and rule is that during the first months, enjoy your time. Just embrace the fact that this is a new country where you've never lived before, and you can do pretty much anything that you've always like you planned, like, okay, when I move there I'm gonna do this and this. Because after a moment, after like the first 3 months, you're gonna most likely hit a time when you realize that it's for good kind of moment, when you are hit with the first wave of homesickness. Even if you have left the country, your home country, with an attitude like, I'm not gonna miss it, like this is what I want. The reality is that there's gonna be something that kind of like hits you and you're like, wait, right, this is different. I'm not gonna be able to do this anymore because I'm in a different country. And you might not even like realize what's the thing that pushes you over the edge. When I was living in Australia myself, I remember the 3-month period came and I freaked out because I had used a lot of my savings, and money-wise, I kind of got into a moment of like, can I actually handle, like, can I actually do this? Like, is it, like, have I gone too far? Did I make a mistake of like reaching out too far and maybe not planning ahead or not realizing that I'm not capable of this? And it can be anything that can like push you over, and you start missing your home country. Food, money, just family, of course. but it's normal and it happens. So it's good to enjoy before that happens everything that you have, because then you can like reflect on those memories and be like, yes, there is amazing things, and this is just a feeling that I have to go through, because it will pass. And that comes to the second part of moving to a new country, is that after the honeymoon has ended and you have gotten this like a wave of a wave of homesickness, or feeling like maybe this wasn't the right thing to do, things get normal. Between the 5th and the 10th month when you're there, you're gonna get used to everything. So you know the places, you're comfortable of like going around, you know the public transport system, or you have learned the streets. They're not new anymore, you don't get lost as easy anymore, and it becomes everyday life. And that part is also like worth waiting for, because then you have become one with the country, I guess. You can take trips to places that you weren't comfortable taking in the first months, and you start creating more like lasting friendships in school or in your everyday life, because you've found your people and your social environment, and it's just comfortable. During the 5th and the 10th month of living in the country, you also get really comfortable with the culture. You know what is normal, what kind of behavior is like not like normal, I guess, and you integrate more into the society, and you do feel more like the people, and that's where you belong. And this is also the time that if you are, for example, an exchange student, that if you have to leave, you're most likely gonna miss the country, and you feel like you didn't get enough. You feel like you were ripped out away too fast. So that's why I do think that if you are going for a longer period of time, it's really important to make sure that you understand that before the 10th month comes and you have to leave, it might be really hard to leave everything that you have already created, like a new life. You've just created a new life, and then you have to leave. So it can be really tough at that point if you're like an exchange student. But then if you're staying and you reach the 1 year mark, so the third part of the time you're staying, you come to a time when you would be comfortable staying for indefinitely or leaving back home. And this is because now, yes, it is normal, but you have also understood what you're missing from home, and you have that new kind of appreciation towards like your own culture from your home country, and then you have the respect to the new culture in the new country. And either way, you most likely would be happy either staying or leaving. So it's the third phase of the first year. I personally, when I was in Australia, I left at that point, and I was really happy going back. I felt like in that year I was able to go through all the experience that I wanted from that time, but also I would have been happy to stay. Like I had amazing friends. That was, of course, like it was really hard to leave them, but I knew that I had been able to create connections that would last, and I could reach out back to them at any point later on. I do think it's really important to understand that the first year is gonna be a roller coaster of feelings, from really highs and lows to a point, because you're putting yourself in a new environment that can be also stressful, and it's normal to miss home and culture and foods and just like basic ways of life. I remember when I was in Australia, missing a lot of the fact that when you went to a store, like nobody didn't like ask how you were doing, and that was like a weird thing of like, why did this bug me? But then I realized that it was just different kind of customer service that I was used to from my home that I was missing, and it was like one of those things that weren't something that I was used to, and it wasn't anything to do with like if it was a good way of customer service. It was just different, and it kind of like triggered the homesickness. So it's important to just understand that there might be something that causes homesickness or discomfort in the new country, and it's normal and it's okay to feel that way. That doesn't mean that you should go back or that you completely hate the new country, but it's okay to feel that way. Just be kind to yourself, because you're gonna feel a lot of feelings. You're gonna go through a lot of new experience and stress that you haven't had in your life back home, and it's okay. And you know, life would be emotional and challenging back home anyway, just maybe in a different way. So enjoy, embrace the feeling, embrace the new country, and remind yourself why you left. Remind yourself what you wanted from the move, and take one day at a time, because that's what you would do back home anyway. It's just a new environment for going through everyday life. Those are the 3 points in the first year that I wanted to bring up. These are something that I personally experienced, and have also talked with some of my friends who have lived abroad that have shared the same kind of like feelings. I hope that was helpful for you, gives you kind of like more context emotionally on what you might go through, and let me know if you have felt anything like this, or if it was completely different on your behalf. I hope you enjoyed this video. Next one is gonna be a bit different content once again, but if you did like it, leave a like, and it would be also nice if you subscribe to the channel if this is something that you enjoy watching, but of course no pressure. Thank you for taking your time and watching this, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!